DeMarcus Cousins back on the court, getting his boogie on. Showtime releasing another exclusive clip from that great Resurgence documentary that they're working on. This features the All-Star Center dunking for the first time since he had that Achilles tendon injury. You suffered a similar injury, so tell me, what do you see when you see this? It's all, of course, curated for us. But
absolutely.
How scary do you think he's going to be when he comes back?
I'm uniquely qualified to answer this, coming back from an Achilles this season. And to me, there's a lot of myths and stigmas about athletes that get injured, right? And Achilles is so far the worst injury you can have, right? He's bigger than me, obviously, but at the same time, science has advanced. And I believe my left Achilles right now that got injured is actually at this point stronger than my right. I'm trying to keep my right up with my left now.
Really?
So if the science and the time to get healthy works towards his side, this is his first. Okay, now the dunk wasn't anything crazy. The dunk wasn't crazy. Remember, it's a recovery progression. They probably said, hey, you can jump, so let's see if you can dunk.
Right.
He's going to be explosive if he comes back, takes his time, and is healthy.
It's a tremendous option. And I think it's an option. I equate it to Golden State making a trade at the trade deadline and not giving up anything, and now you have DeMarcus Cousins, and I'm not expecting him back probably until Christmas time. And the question will be is Cousins on the court when you close games? Because that death lineup with Iguodala out there and the four core guys is probably your best lineup, but man, it is a great option for Steve Kerr to have.
So someone pointed out after the Boogie signing went down, we used to call that lineup with Harrison Barnes and Iggy the death lineup. Now put in KD and Boogie. I don't even know what to call it anymore.
Afterlife,
the super death lineup
forever,
last
infinity.
time, right? Exactly. We had to get rid of Hampton's 5 because anyway. There we go. What do you make?
We're gonna have fun with that nickname all year long, but let's not discount the idea that DeMarcus is gonna have to adjust a little bit, and the Warriors are gonna have to adjust a little bit. DeMarcus is used to having the ball in his hands to using possessions. I think the Warriors are at their best when the ball is moving. So there's going to be an adjustment there. That's where Steve Kerr comes in.
Well, yes, and he said he wants some new energy and life around the team this year. He will get that with Boogie Cousins. I am very team Boogie, as everyone who watches this show knows. And I think what's interesting, Janae, when you're talking about how athletes respond to this injury, as soon as it happened, people said, that's probably it for him. If you get an Achilles injury over the age of 25, that's really considered the benchmark of where it's hard to come back from. And there was a lot of sort of chatter of, Boogie, he'll probably put on a lot of weight, and look at him, he's going to have to go through an offseason. He looks, I know obviously the shooting and the movement's curated for TV, but you can't change the way a guy looks. He looks in shape, right?
He looks great, and I'm very optimistic about his recovery because he knows everyone is going to be judging his recovery.
Yeah.
Now, if he, you look at his game. His game has never been, I'm going to dunk on you, I'm going to back you in, I'm going to bump and grind in the paint. No, he's almost a finesse center. He likes to shoot threes. He can push the ball. So I'm not really worried about that explosion you can get, but it's potential to be there.
He claims he's going to be the third Splash Brother. So we'll say we saw him. Look, we saw in New Orleans when they finally kind of figured out how to get him and AD to stop bumping into each other in the lane and everything. They really moved him. He played out more than anything, and I'm curious to see how this looks. The super death lineup.